Well, it was years ago. It was like 2 years ago.
When they get back together, they regress. It's amazing to watch. They're still kids when they're together, which I love because I don't want to lose that ever.
Okay, here we go. It's a part of the job. Thanks. It feels like no time has passed since the first one. And we're just kind of continuing on with the story and with our personal stories, and everything is just kind of going great.
Well, in the first movie, they were kids. They were 12 and 13, but they were children. They were children, you know, 2 years later. So they're not 13 anymore. They are 15 or 16.
Well, physically, most of them changed. And we've had to do some de-aging for the second film, for the flashbacks. Their voices definitely changed.
Honestly, for an audience that have seen them for the first time, which is to me today, they're the same kids in the movie. Seriously. I hear you.
I remember when I was shooting the first one, I never wanted to leave, I never wanted it to end. And when it was like nearing the end of the original shoot, I was just like anticipating the reshoot so hard. I was like, please get the reshoots really soon. I want them. And I just couldn't get enough of it.
It's just so fun to have that atmosphere again, and everything comes together, and like I just forget where I am, and just being with everyone is so fun.
Our childhood is kind of preserved within this film because every time we come back, it is like it's summer. Even, you know, it's September right now when kids are in school, but when we get here, it really feels like summertime and like we're just having a good time. I just think the energy that we bring to the set and the energy that we bring to each other, we just kind of feed well off each other, and that's what's kind of keeping the fun of it. Like I could do it 5 more times just because of the guys.
Haircut.
I want this to go viral.
We don't think of each other as cast and crew. Like, we are a family. Andy, Barbara, Ben, the whole cast, the whole crew, everybody is just a huge family working on a project that everybody's super excited about.
Sophia's more laid back, so she was kind of like an older sister type personality versus just Jack and Finn are more of the jokesters, so like they're like the younger brothers, and I kind of fall in the middle of there. And then Andy's like the cool uncle. He kind of like, yeah, I like that. Let's do that again. You know, and then Miss Barbara was like the, you know, the mom of the project.
They never stop seeing each other and their families and their parents. It's all a big family. But yeah, inevitably it changed a little bit, you know? Your behavior changes from 12 to 15, and that you know, sort of happened. And I had to remind them that they were not 15 in the fiction, they were 12. They would just like come and like naturally do a scene. I would say, okay, now give me the 12-year-old version of that. And he's like, oh, okay, yeah, I got it.
Sometimes it's hard to come back to the same character after doing another character previously and doing the exact same character. But it's easier when you resonated with that character so much.
By the end of this day, I want every part of this room cleaned. And I want to find that paddle ball and see if it is still here. I forgot the line and I circled all the way back around.
You circled back, man. That was genius. Okay.
There's an analogy there. Yeah, there's a parallel lines between adults going back to be children to access the power of unified belief, and kids who have to come back in time to be 12 again.
I learned a lot from him. It was not only because it was my first experience, but he let us have so much freedom. You don't get that a lot, but Andy was one of those people who let us develop our own characters, almost our own film.
Really hot set stuff going around. People here, people there, acting, shooting, lights, camera, action.
Michael, do you mind if I get Angelo? Do you mind if I get our friend to do the walk? Go.
When we were shooting the first It, you know, Jack and all the kids would be like, you know, your character ends up being gay, right? And I'm like, does he? I had no idea. I didn't even think about it when we were shooting it until after. And when Andy and I talked about it, your character's struggling with his sexuality. And, you know, when the first movie was taking place, it's kind of buried under all of this stuff that's going on in Richie. And so it's a thing that had to be dealt with. I mean, it definitely was a challenging thing to even, like, act through. And I've never gone through, you know, some of the things that some people haven't. So it was really interesting to kind of dive into that and experience it. Yeah.
Gotcha! You filthy little children. I am the eater of worlds.
The whole ending of the movie is a motion captured performance. It's always scary, I think, for an actor when it's all in the hands of VFX, because you don't know how it's going to look or how it's going to translate.
This is a shot where we see Pennywise. He will come down and find you already in position, and I will cue you for the run. And action!
Clown Spider!
All the actors had to imagine that I was, 10 feet tall or whatever. It's going to be VFX, but it was important for me to be there to do the blocking of these scenes as if I was shooting it live. So I was back by the monitors with the God mic, so I was doing Pennywise performance live.
27 years I dreamt about you. I craved you. I've missed you. Oh, waiting for this very moment. And God!
We were all burnt out. We were all pretty tired because every day pretty much was screaming, yelling, running. Poor Jessica had to be dunked in blood and then had to have the blood on her for 2 weeks. But, we're actors. We got it pretty well.
You know that scene in Last of the Mohicans where they have to run the gauntlet, literally run the gauntlet, and they're whacking the guy and kicking him, and it's been like that every day.
You will hear me a lot of times saying that's the best shot in the movie.
It was perfect. It was perfect. Let us go again. You're like, wait a minute. How can you improve on perfection?
That was excellent. That was excellent.
All right, well then let us finish.
Now let's do it again. And action.
That was absolutely perfect. This is the best shot I've ever seen in my life. One more time.
Andy's like a big kid himself. Behind the monitor, he's so animated, and sometimes the sets we're working on are huge. They're like football fields, so he will have to be on a God mic where we can just sort of hear the voice of Andy rain down on us.
A clown! A clown! A clown! A clown! A fucking clown! You're a fucking clown! A fucking clown! You're a fucking clown!
We did a version of Eddie's death where Eddie's dead already, and Richie's talking to him like, "Hey man, we did it. We defeated Pennywise and everything." And all the other losers are looking at him like, "Richie, he's gone."
Dude, he's gone. You gotta let him go. Shut up! We gotta get him out of here! Police is coming down! We gotta get him out of here right now! I can't fucking leave him like this, man! What the fuck is wrong with you? What, are you gonna leave him down here? Are you nuts? It's okay, we got No!
He can't compute that same denial that he's in just about his life. He's in that moment with Eddie. It was pretty powerful. But that's the nice thing about Andy, man. He'll try all those things. But I was so surprised on a movie like this that Andy found the room for us to try things and not just try things in a take, but try things with our characters where we went, oh, let's try that version of the scene, which kind of totally changes things plot-wise.
Pennywise's death was the most intense thing I think I've ever shot. The thing about Andy is that he comes up with these ideas that once you see it and once it's implemented, it's just like, oh, this is genius. Andy just came up with that idea that he wanted the face to melt into the rocks formation.
This is what is known in Stephen King's universe as the ritual of Chud, and the ritual of Chud is when you staple intergalactic entity's head to a piece of volcanic. Just like that. It worked.
I took Bill to the limit. He was buried in a hole. His whole body was inside the structure. So everything that he could move was his face. So I think he did like incredible efforts with his face muscles that resulted in a lot of stress for him.
Look at you. Look at you all.
I think it's the best performance he did in the two movies. He really, really pushed it. And that's what's so great about Bill, is that he's always pushing it to the limit.
And cut. Bravo. Good job.
I don't want you playing around. Don't stop playing! Don't stop playing. Don't stop playing.
Guys, we're gonna have you all
Do what you want to!
Dressed in your swim attire, but then put your comfort clothes over top of that.
I'm
And I'll come knock
yeah.
and put you in the chairs as soon as chairs open up. High five. 2 more days, guys. 2 more days.
You a bitch.
Are you guys working tomorrow? Is this the last day of your
It's the last day.
Last
day.
No more losers.
R.I.P. losers. Forever.
It's a bittersweet moment. We saw these kids grow and become who they are now.
It's the end of a cycle, my friend. It's the end of a period. It's the end of an adventure.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad, I think.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's a picture wrap on Jeremy, Jaden, Sophia, and Jack and Wyatt, the Losers Club.
6 of the 7 losers were wrapped in the same scene. You know, their friendship is bigger than anything else. No, but it's great. I'm very proud of this, and it was very beautiful to see them saying goodbye to this movie.
Thank you. That's it.
Bye. Bye, losers.
Bye. Bye.
Goodbye.
Shouts out to Mickle.
Just
Love you, man.
imagine Trosen's here. Much better.
Sorry. Good morning. Good morning. Last day. This is actually the martini shot.
Yeah.
I just don't want to say it too loud.
Yeah.
In case I change my mind. It was a scene with Pennywise, with Bill. He was closing the lid of a coffin, which is actually the clubhouse. It was very meaningful moment.
And action.
All that success, all those sit-ups, but deep down, still that little fatty loser who always knew he would die alone.
God! Who's doing there? Hold on. See from the top, please, Anthony. From the very top.
Oh, that's awesome. It looks like the head is like twisting.
And okay, and check it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's a picture wrap on Bill Skarsgård. Let's give him a hand. And that's a picture wrap on It Chapter 2. Andy Muschietti.
Thank you very much for being part of this incredible family. I really mean it. I love you so much, each one of you, and I really learned a lot about, you know, your work by being here, and it's been like an amazing experience. So thank you so much.
Cheers, guys. Cheers. We made another one.
What?
We did another one.
We did another one, just like that. It wasn't that tough. It wasn't that hard, to be honest. I was ready. After 86 days of shooting, you are ready to stop. 86, my friends. 86. 86 days of shoot. It was a effing marathon. But it was all worth it, man. Every day.
Last known photo of the It cast and crew.
I had a perception that it was going to be successful, but of course, like what happened broke every expectation. It was really an incredible adventure for me. The 2 movies, all in all, it's like probably 5 years of my life that I dedicated to this story, and I feel very, very happy and very humbled of having been a part of it.
Part of everything. You have to say goodbye, and that's the journey. At the same time, especially when you hear really young people talk about the losers and how they found people on screen that they could relate to. That's why you make these things.
I'm glad that I had the opportunity to meet all these people, incredible actors and incredible crews, professional, but also like all the human qualities that I met and all the human experiences I had. Is probably the best of the whole journey. Then, of course, having completed what it is like a dream come true, which is like adapting a book you loved for so many years, an author that you loved and that inspired you so much and that taught you how to tell a story. All in all, it's a dream come true.